Hello everyone. Wish you a very good morning. I, Dr. Kalpesh Popat, welcome you all for today's webinar on data visualization using R programming, organized by Faculty of Computer Applications, MARWADI University, Rajkot. Today's speaker, Professor Rushika Patt, is a master in computer application and having more than 10 years of experience in the education field. She is currently working as an assistant professor and program coordinator for MSc Cybersecurity and Cyber Law program at Faculty of Computer Applications, Marwadi University. Her areas of interest are R programming, Python programming, and PHP programming. This webinar will cover creation of graphs and charts from data using R programming. We'll provide you with an email where you can download your e-certificate for the webinar. We'll send this e-certificate link within 5 working days. In case if you have any doubts during the session, kindly write your query in the chat box at the end of the session. Thank you all. Over to Professor Rushika Patt.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Good morning to everyone. I'm going to share. I have already shared my screen. So just acknowledge me, Kalpesh sir, whether it is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible properly.
Thank you very much, Kalpesh sir, for my introduction and this webinar. Today we are going to see data visualization using R programming. So I guess many of you are very experienced and already well established in the education field, but many of you are student and might have been studying in bachelor's or even just now we got the result of 12th, so you might have passed out from school. So I will try my best to go for scratch and will explain almost everything so that those who are not belongs to this field they can understand this that particular terminology or concept. So let's start. What is data visualization first of all? So basically data visualization is a technique used for graphical representation of data. Now this is the short definition. We all know that all of us are generally watching movies and we can remember that movie for years and years. The reason behind is our brain can remember visual graphics more than words and text, so that we are going to remember anything that we have watched in the form of video or in the form of image. So simply we can say that whatever we will see as a graphical representation, that could be an image or video or anything, okay, likewise, that we can remember for long period of time. The psychology behind is human brain can understand and interpret the information easily which is available in the form of graphs and charts, simply in the form of image or simply in the form of pictorial representation. So data visualization is used for recognition of patterns, trends, and exception in the data, but it is always convey the information in a form of picture. So basically data visualization is general terminology. It is not only concerned with our programming, but it is concerned with how our data or raw facts or information we are going to convert into a visual way, visual representation. So what is visual representation? Here we are going to do that visual representation in the form of different charts and graphs. So the second terminology is R programming. So many of you might not aware with R programming. Many of you might aware that it is one kind of programming language, but I want to tell those people that you might have heard about C programming, PHP, Java, Android, that are the programming language basically used to develop a website, to design a website, to make it more interactive, to make it more faster. Okay, but many languages, like one of the best is R programming, which is used to represent statistical data. That's why we can say that it is used for statistical computing and graphical representation of data. Statistic, we all know, whether you will take any medical shop in your town, okay, very small medical shop, to Tata and Ambani, each and every business, whether it is small or big, is generating data every day. Those who are fond of shopping, okay, like Amazon, Agio, they are going to watch the website, might be like add to cart. So they are also watching that how many people have done that. So there are the probability that they will buy that product. So every business is generating data. So how they are processing that data, how they are finding probabilities to expand their business, how they are finding, how they are predicting future, how they are analyzing what is the loss. For example, if they are doing loss, they're also generating graphs and checking it out with previous year. Okay, so our programming language is popular for statistical computing. Second and most popular functionality of our programming is generating graphs and charts. So basically, today we are going to see data visualization using this R programming language. You might be surprised that we might have heard about that these companies using Android, Java, PHP, .NET, etc., etc. You might be surprised to know that many companies, famous companies, huge companies, are using R programming for their analytics. For example, one of the best, our favorite is Google, right? Google, you might be using Mozilla. Right now, you are the generation, if you are very very young, you are the generation of Instagram. But basically Instagram and Facebook are connected. Okay, so Facebook, Instagram, Bing is again one browser, Wipro, okay, the New York Times, that is news channel, Accenture, ANZ. ANZ is Australian biggest bank. Okay, so starting from banking sector to news channel to browser to social media to search engine. Okay, these are very very known companies which are using R programming some or other way to analyze their data. Okay, so these are the real time example, they are using R. Okay, so you should aware where R is actually going to be used. Okay, now let me tell you. Okay, for example, you can see one table left hand side, right? 15 rows sample is there. Okay, so 15 rows are there. We all know that we are not able, like we are not likely to read the data in tabular format. Okay, so it is always always preferable to convert the data into different charts. For example, first one you can see here, this data, this is only 15 rows. If you consider this 1500 rows, okay, we are never going to read it. Okay, because we don't like to read tabular data, but it is important. What we can do with the use of data analytics, with the use of our programming, we are converting this text, this information into a particular graph. Okay, here first is a pie chart. If you heard about it or have ever seen somewhere, so it will generate different categorical data. Okay, different uh, what you can say, that it could be different country, it could be different courses. Okay, it could be different ranges of price. Okay, this is you might be knowing that this is called bar chart. Okay, in bar chart, this could be the representation of data. This is box plot. Okay, we will see each and every chart in depth, okay, in next topics. And this is histogram. Okay, so you can get this idea that if we have tabular data or a data in this format, we can convert the data into many different charts and graphs. So today we will talk about this only. Okay, so data visualization in R may have two categories: basic visualization, advanced visualization. So if we'll talk about basic, we are going to cover this today. Okay, which will include bar chart. It is also called bar plot, pie chart, box plot, and histogram. Many advanced visualization is also available. You can go and check it out by yourself: hit map, mosaic map, map visualization, 3D graphs, and a choreogram. So first we will go for bar chart. Sometimes because many of you might not have done this, so you should be very clear what is bar chart. You should understand bar chart is, you can see in the diagram. Okay, this kind of bars will be created for a particular data. So it is always represent categories of the data. Okay, this is the very normal example, that favorite color of children. Okay, so we can say that eight children like red color, so there is one bar of red color. Seven children blue, five green, and so on. So when you have category of the data which you want to represent, at that time you can use bar chart or bar plot. Okay, you might have a question that how or where to implement bar chart in the real life. Okay, so as I have told you that in business people are using bar graph to represent their information, such as what is the sales information of 2022. Okay, because right now 2023 is running, so they are going to check at the end of the December. So they can check it out, what is the sales information of 2022. Okay, they can also check the in sales information month wise. Okay, product wise, they can create different bar graphs. Okay, people can also create bar graph for their personal information. They can keep tracking of their finance. What is my expenses this year, what is my fitness this year. So personal information also can be captured through bar chart. How we can create bar chart using our programming? So first of all, bar plot is a function which is used to create bar chart. Okay, now we should understand what is the syntax of bar plot. Now, a bar plot is having syntax means bar plot is a function. This function will create bar plot for you. You need to enter some data, some important data as per this format. So first is h. It is not compulsory to take h variable. You can take any variable. Okay. But first is a numeric data that you need to pass in the first parameter. Okay. It could be vector or matrix. Okay. Second is X lab. X lab is label for X axis. Y is Y lab is label for Y axis. Main is the title. Parameter is main, so you should write main. Sorry. Okay, this is title of your graph. Okay, names dot arg will give the name to your bars. Okay, you can give your name to bar. For example, this is red, blue, green, yellow, pink is the name of your bar that is given by names.arg. COL stands for color. You can give color, any color. You can make all the bars for same color or different colors. That we will see practically. Okay. So this is the description, whatever I have just explained. Now, this is one of the example I have taken. Okay. For example, there is one numeric data I have stored that into H. Now this arrow represent that I have store this data into H. Okay, I have taken random values like 7, 12, 28, 3, 41. Okay, I have taken 5 values. I want to give my name to my bars. Okay, so I have taken 5 different month name like March, April, May, June, July. You can take of your choices. Okay, so that I have stored into M because months are there, so variable name is M. Now PNG, what is PNG? PNG is to generate this image. This is an image. This is PNG image I want to create. If you want to go for JPEG, there is also available. JPEG function is also available. You can take JPEG, then you need to write file equals to your file name, months underscore revenue dot png. If you are going to use JPEG, you should write JPEG over here. That is the only difference for different format of images. Now let's create bar plot. Okay, yeah, this hash sign is comment for R programming. So bar, I will show you implementation also, but let me explain first that what are the steps to create that program. Okay, so bar plot is the function where we will pass parameters like H is the numeric data. Okay, you should pass numeric data numbers. Names.arg, names.arg is names for bars, that is in M. Okay, these are the names for bar. X label, as I have told you, that X label is the representation of X axis label. I want to give some name to X axis, which is month. Okay, so I have given month. Y axis revenue, so I have given Y lab revenue. You can replace any name as per your choice, as per your example. Color I have taken manually. Okay, I have taken color cyan. This is cyan color, and main is the title of the graph, which is revenue chart. This is title of my graph. Okay, and border is totally optional, but I have taken for use of that parameter. I can represent. This is black border. Okay, anything in R programming, if you want to save it into image, you have to take div dot off function definitely. Otherwise it will not, it will generate plot, but it will not save your file. So if you want to save the file in particular image format, you should use div dot off compulsorily. Okay, so let's check it out how to create that in R Studio. Okay, so this is a layout. Is this visible, R Studio? Is our studio visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me tell you quickly what is the layout of this R Studio. Basically, our programming is used using this, framework. Our programming is having its core software, which is R software. First, you need to install R software. Okay, that after that R software, you can go for, you can write the program and run that. But this R Studio is a most interactive user interface where you can implement our programs and you can generate different graphs and charts. So it is not like that you can, it is compulsory to use R Studio, but it is always preferable to use R Studio because it is going to give you a very creative experience to run the R program. There are four different panels you can see. This is the panel which is where you have to write your source code. Here, this is the console. You will see your output in the console. This panel will show you how many how many variables are there, what is the history of last program, previous programs. And this fourth panel will show you files, plots, connection, packages, and you can also get the help from here. Okay, this kind of things you can also export from here. So four different panels are there. You can drag and drop if you don't, because I don't need this panel, so I can drag and drop right now. I will also drag this because I don't want to see my output over here. I want to generate that directly in the form of image. Okay, so as I have told you that this program I have already explained. Okay, so let's take one more example for more interactive and creative graphs and charts. Okay, matrix, you can also take matrix, you can also take vector. So matrix is always having two-dimensional data. So I have taken one data. I have mentioned that total numbers of data are 6. So I can generate 2 rows and 3 columns, 2 into 3. Okay, so it should have multiple of this. Okay, so I have 6 data, number of rows 2, number of columns 3. Okay, and as per your columns you need to give, because columns will be bar. So as per your columns you have to give names to your bars. So that is January, February, March. Okay, so let's, when I will I need to definitely show you when I will run the line. Okay, like this, I can put my cursor anywhere in the line and I can run it like this. If it is in blue color, it means it is running successfully. Okay, as you know that we can set and get the directory by uh, set wd get wd. Here I need to, because see, I want to show you, this is my D drive, webinar folder and R folder. So in the R folder I have kept my program, okay, and charts. Okay, so here I have given that path only. I have set my path to desirable folder. Now, suppose here my graph 1, my graph 4 is also available. So I will just give a name that bar plot, for example. So bar plot.png, because I have used png function. I will run that. Now I have given any like variable bar chart, bar plot. TMP is my data, temporary data. Okay, sorry, temperature data. Names.arg is bar's name, that is January, February, March. X label is weekdays, Y label is temperature, and color is two different colors. Okay, Now let me run that. And also I want to save the file. Okay, so if I want to save my file as an image, I have to run dev.awk. Okay, now let's check it out. Yes, bar plot is available. If you want to check it out, what is the creation time, you can go to 3rd June 11:25, that is current time and date. So this is bar plot that we have created. Okay, now you might be surprised that we have taken 6 different data and it is going to show only 3 bars. How this is this possible, or what I have done? Okay, so let me tell you, this is matrix we have taken. So it will take 40 and 20 into one particular column. Okay, 6 data and we have mentioned that 3 column. Okay, for 6 data, so it has taken first column, second column, third column, because we have given 2 rows. So first data is 40, second data is 20. Let's check it out. First is 40. Okay, 0 to 40, then 40 plus 20, that is 60. Okay, now third is 25, fourth is 20. So it is 25, between 20 and 30, it is 25, then 20. So from 25 to 20 is 45. Okay, likewise it have been arranged. You can expand your numbers and you can go for multiple. Suppose if I want to create 4 bar and 3 stack, this is also called bar stack. We have created stack in the bar. Okay, so you should take many numbers and multiple of rows and columns. You can create this kind of bar chart. I hope this would be clear for everyone. Okay, that I have also provided in the PPT. See here, I have taken 3 different colors. Okay, because I have taken 3 rows and only 2 columns, opposite to this example. Okay, this example I have converted into 3 rows. Second chart is pie chart. So how does it look? We all know that pie chart is always very, according to me, my favorite is pie chart, because it will show you in a very colorful and like the way it is representing data, very beautiful. Pie chart is representation of value in the form of slices, okay, into circular format. Okay, so now where to use, or who is using pie chart? Generally, as I have told you that in this diagram you can see different fruits. Okay, available. They have given colors to different fruits, and fruit in percentage format they have represented. So cells information or cells related analysis is available. Also, schools can use this kind of pie chart, because various results are there. They are going to check it out, grades of different standards, so they can create creative charts, pie charts for school students, results, grade, etc. How we can create pie chart into R? Pie function is used to create pie chart. These are the parameters. Okay, X is always numeric data. Okay, labels are labels that you want to give uh, to your slices. Okay, कौन सी slice में कौन सा label जाना चाहिए. Radius is always describe the radius of pie chart. Main is title of pie chart. Color of slices. Whether you want to draw it clockwise. Okay, this is clockwise. If you keep it false, it will draw anti-clockwise. But we will go for this only, clockwise. Okay. So let's check it out practically. Expenses we will see. Okay, expenditure. Some of the expenses I have taken 10,000, 8,000, 4,000, 3,000, and 5,000. So I have taken JPEG function, as I have told you, and file name is pi expenses. And I am going to store that chart into result variable. So I have taken result variable. I have stored pie chart with pi function expenditure. This values I have taken in this first parameter. Main is the title of the chart. Okay, monthly expenditure breakdown. And labels, as I have told you, labels, as the name itself suggests, it will always going to show you slice label. Okay, I will show you practically. Housing, for example, 10,000 is housing, 8,000 food, clothes, entertainment, and others. Okay, these are the labels. Color, you can take like red, orange, yellow, blue, green, or you can use rainbow function. And finally, dev dot off. Okay, you will see this kind of pie chart by writing this code. Okay, let's check it out practically. Expenditure 10,000, 8,000, 4,003, and 5,000. Pie expense, let me show you. Is there any okay, pie expenses here. I'm going to rename it with pie chart. Okay, pie chart dot png, sorry, jpeg. Okay, here I have taken labels, and let's run this. Pie chart. Yes, you can see housing, okay, food, clothes, entertainment, and others. This is the labels of your slices that you have. This is 10,000, this is 8,000, and so on. Suppose, as per this example, okay, I don't want to, give this housing and food and clothes. I can keep this 10,000, 8,000, or whatever amount I have used for that slice also. So that is also option. If you are going to represent direct value, you can do that. If you want to represent labels, you can do like this. Okay. Now, next is 3D chart. Okay, generally, there is built-in, there is one package that we will use right now, but so many creative packages are there in R, which is freely available. You can install that package and you can run that library, and you can directly use the functions which will create 3D charts for you. Okay, so I will show you one of the example for 3D pie. Okay. Because I have already installed Plotrix. Plotrix is the package through which I will use 3D. Okay, so if you want to check it out whether you will have this package or not, you can go to fourth panel, which is packages, plot. You just write plot, it will show you Plotrix, and it is installed. Okay, so there is no need to install again because it will waste your time. So install.packages is the function name through which you can install a package. Many of you might have a question, what is called package? Package is ultimately collection of functions. Okay, it might have thousands of functions, okay, as per the package. Okay, so you will have a bunch of functions for specific functionality. Right now we are talking about graphs and charts, so we will talk about only packages who are going to provide best of the graphs and charts functionality, but many other functionalities are there. For that you have specific packages. So when you install any package, you should run the library. It is just like that if you are studying in Marwadi University, okay, and you want to access any book of Marwadi University, you should go to the library. Just like that, you have to run the library function to access the functions of plot tricks. Okay, so I will run that. If it is running successfully, it means you have installed your package successfully. Now, as I have told you, yeah, that image is also available. So I'll delete that and 3D underscore pie chart. Okay, run this. Now for pie chart, you need to use pie 3D function of plotrix. Pie 3D function is belongs to plotrix, so that's why like then and then we can use it. So that's why we have installed plotrix. Pie 3D parameters are expenditure, main is the title of the program, sorry, title of the graph, labels, color. Okay, that's all. Very similar to this pie. Okay, but just need to access the package. Run this, save this, and see this kind of 3D pie chart you can create if you use one package Plotrix. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. Next is histogram. Now, if we'll talk about a histogram, basically this chart is breaks data into bins, or we can say that it is always going to create uh, different bars. Okay, so it will basically break down your data. Okay, and it that particular data will show the frequency distribution of that breaks. You can change the break, so you can also see the data visualization in terms of understandability. So histogram looks like bar chart. Okay, it is looks like, it could be look like similar graphs, but that are not similar graphs. Difference is, main difference between bar and histogram is, if you have categorical data, okay, for example, if you have categories, okay, for example, in Marwadi University, our department is FCA, Faculty of Computer Application. Okay, so in FCA we have so many courses like BCA, BCA Honors, BSc IT, BSc Data Science, MSc Data Science, MSc Cybersecurity, MCA. So we have different courses. Okay, so if I want to represent courses, it means different categories, okay, of degree. So many degrees I have talked about, right? So if I want to go for categorical data, okay, categorical data will be represented by bar chart. And if you want to represent continuous data, okay, continuous data is numeric data. Okay, so if you want to represent continuous numeric data, you should use histogram. Okay, histogram is also very old type of charts. It is always used for following scenarios. To first is to verify an equal and symmetric distribution of data. Okay, and second is to identify deviation from expected value. Okay, what is called deviation? Suppose, let me tell you one example. In for example, 12th standard, one student has set the goal for 95 percentage, and that fellow got 92 percentage, then deviation of the expected value is 3. Okay, Okay, so what was the expected value? It was 95. What is the actual value? It is 92. So the difference between or deviation from expected value is 3, because uh, like goal was 95 and achieved 92, then it is deviation. Okay, deviation of 3 percentage. Fine. That kind of example we should use histogram. Now, which function we can use for histogram? See, R programming is very, very easy to understand because the naming convention of its program, sorry, the naming convention of its functions are very, very similar to the functionality. If it is histogram, function name is hist. If it is pie chart, function name is pie. If it is bar plot, function name is bar plot. So it is very, very convenient for freshers to adopt it and experience to explore it. Syntax of hist is first parameter, as I have told you, could be vector of numeric value. Main is the title of the function, image. X lab is label of x, y label. X limit you can set, it is not compulsory, but you can set the limit of x axis. That is okay, if I want to go for 0 to 100, I can set the limit, not more than that. Just like that, you can also set the limit for y axis. You can also set the breaks. Okay. Now this is how it looks. Example of histogram is temperature data. Okay. uh, Daily maximum temperature. Okay, it is in Fahrenheit. So data we have used is for air quality. We have created PNG, and in the hist we have passed air quality data set. First, sorry, single column temperature. Okay, we will not going to discuss about what is data frame and column, because then we will take another half an hour, 45 minutes. But let me tell you that you can consider that that is one tabular format data, which is air quality, and the temperature is one of the column of that air quality data. So we just want to use that column. So we can write like this, data set $, column name. So data set name is our air quality, $, to access that column, and column name is temp. Main is the title, X label is temperature in Fahrenheit, color is blue, you can give your choice of color, frequency equals to true, and we have saved this image. So we'll get histogram like this. Okay. We all know that this is like used for continuous data. So it will show you continuous data of temperature, and it is going to show you maximum temperature for every day. Okay. As I was talking about, this is the representation of difference between graph, two different graphs, bar and histogram, who looks similar, but actually it is not. First glance, you can see bars are having space between two bars. Okay, so that is the identity. You can see and identify that this is okay. This is bar chart and this is histogram. If there is no space between bars, then it is histogram. If space between bar, then it is bar graph. If you have categorical data like standard 5, standard 6, standard 7, standard 8 and 9, okay, categorical data or classes of data, then it is bar. If you have continuous data, that marks of students, okay, then marks could be of all students. There is no such category available. So if you want to check it out how many marks obtained by a class, then it should be number of students, and this should be marks of class, then it is example of histogram. Or if you have such example, you should create histogram. That is the basic difference between bar chart and histogram. Okay. This is box plot. Just a minute. Typo, sorry. Box plot. Many of you, those who have studied statistics or like statistic, they might remember that five number summary is always going to give you five different numbers or five different quality of data. So five num summary is minimum data, maximum data, second quartile, third quartile, and first quartile. So if you are going to uh, see, or if you are going to derive uh, five num summary of any data, okay, you want to check it out. For example, we just have seen, IPL. Okay, so in cricket, if they want to see what is the minimum run rate, maximum, what is the quartiles between them. Okay, so it is best chart to create for that kind of summary. Okay, so let's check it out. How does it look? This is box plot. Okay, I'm so sorry. This is box plot that will represent, this is minimum, this is maximum, this is 25%, this is 50%, and this is 75%. Okay, how to create that? What are the parameters? As I have told you, for box plot, you should use box plot function. Box plot have parameters like x as a vector or formula. Second is data. You should also give the data. Okay. Notch is a logical value. Notch is representation of curved at median. Okay. Var width is also a logical value which will decide the variable width in the sample size. Names are group of labels that you want to print for each and every box plot. We have seen three different box plot. So if I want to give min, max, and medium for that box plot, I can give that. Main is the title name. So data, I have taken one built-in data set. Okay, built-in data available in the R. The name of data is empty cars, and the data is about cars. Okay, so in that data there are two important columns are there, mpg and cyl. Okay, mileage per gallon and cylinders. So it is about car. So I have used MPG, mileage per gallon, and cylinders for car. It has different cars data, like different company, Tatas, okay, uh, uh, like what are the car companies? Mahindra, okay, Suzuki, okay, what, etc., etc. Different models, different companies, and their mileage and their cylinders. So I have created PNG for boxplot1.png. Boxplot, see, the first one is different than other graphs. MPG till sign CYL. This is always represent formula. So here you can see X is a vector or formula. So we are going to give formula because we want to check it out. What should be the mileage per gallon? Okay, what should be the mileage if the cylinder's value is this? Okay, so we want to check the relationship between MPG and CYL for any such car available in empty car database. Okay, so we have passed the formula that we want to derive through this chart. Data that we have also given: X label cylinders, Y label mileage per gallon. Title of the chart: notch is true, that's why you can see this shape, otherwise it should be like this. If you make notch false, then it should be like normal rectangular format like this. But I want to have creative graph, so I have given notch, though this will narrow down this notch. Okay. I have used rainbow function. Rainbow function basically provide the rainbow colors. So whatever length you will pass, for example, I had three different boxes, so I have provided three. If you have seven, you can pass seven. If you have four, you can pass four. It will take all four different colors for the box or bar or whatsoever. Names are given to boxes: high, medium, low. That is high, medium, low. This is high, this is medium, and this is low. Okay. And save the file. So let's check it out that practically. Box plot 1. Let's give some other name: MPG CYL box plot. Okay, MPG CYL box plot for this data. Yeah, if you want to see this data, what is the data of data set, you can simply print the variable you have where you have stored the data. Okay, so you can print it out like this. As I have told you, different cars data for MPG and CYL. So mileage is there, cylinders are there. Okay, that's so many car company, Mercedes and Toyota. These are the data we have in this variable. So for this data, okay, we are going to create box plot. MPG serial box plot. So this is how you can create 5-number summary data in the form of box plot. You can give colors manually. Okay, like this. C is used to create a vector. If you want to give more than one value, you should write it into C function. C function is basically creating a vector. Okay, you can take color of your choice. For example, I'll take blue, any color, orange, because we have 3 boxes. We'll go for blue, orange, and red. Okay, and rename this with 1. Okay, run this, and run this with so you can see it is blue, orange, and red. So this is all about basic data visualization in R. Thank you very much, everyone. Over to Kalpesh, sir.
Thank you, madam. Let us first take some of the questions from the chat window. If you please open the chat window and you can give the responses to the questions, then after I will take over. How can we draw the graph if we have an Excel file of data? Madam, you are muted. Please unmute yourself first.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was actually checking from very starting. So, first is can I get the PPT? Sure, sure, sir. I will definitely provide it to Kalpesh sir. He will do the needful. Share recording. Amit Kumar sir is asking for recording.
Well, that answers I have given already. You just go downwards.
Okay, okay. Can we get syntax of all basic plots in the separate Word file? Preeti, actually, all the four graphs that we have seen, I have separately provide the syntax. If you see the second slide for every graph, I have provided syntax and description of that parameters. Okay. How we draw graph if we have Excel file of data? Okay, Preeti, there is again totally different concept, and that is called how external data could be read into the R. Okay, so we, yes, of course we can read Excel file, we can read CSV, JSON, XML, even we can read web page data, web file, which is called web page of website, right? So definitely we can read some external data, but that is again separate concept. If we'll go for explanation of that, will take more time. But you can go for any good tutorial and you can see that if you have Excel file. Okay. Anything else?
Thank you, ma'am. Can you please stop sharing the screen so that I can share my screen and take through them for the next part of the thing? Yeah. Uh, okay. Can I get the answer that my screen is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. So these are the list of our upcoming webinars. We are having this webinar series of this year, and this was the 8th webinar of the series. Now, in the next upcoming webinars, we do have next Saturday, that is on the 10th of June. We have a webinar on basics of AI with latest trends and applications by Dr. Divyakan Meva at 11 a.m. Then we do have a webinar on PLSQL subprograms with standalone procedures, functions, and packages by Dr. Jaipal Singh Gohil on 24th of June at same time, 11 a.m. Then after we do have again data analytics using R. Here we have seen some of the graphical represents using R, but in that case we'll have some analysis part or data analytics part through R by Vivek Gondalia on 1st of July at 11 a.m. These are the courses offered by Faculty of Computer Applications, Marwadi University. At UG level, we do have BCA Honors with specialization of cloud computing and cybersecurity. We have BSc IT, we have BSc Data Science, specifically for data science and analytics. While in case of PG, we do have MCA, MSc Cybersecurity and Cyber Law, as well as MSc Data Sciences are there. You can be in touch with us through our social media platforms like we are available on Facebook at Marwadi MCA. Kindly like the page so that you can get the notifications or you can get the information about our upcoming webinars and all these things. On Instagram, we are available at Marwadi_education_FCA. And LinkedIn, we are available at Marwadi FCA. And some of you might have asked the question like whether we get the recording of this session. Yes, definitely. We'll provide the recording of this session on our YouTube channel, FCA Marwadi University. Kindly subscribe the channel so that you can get the recorded videos of the upcoming webinars also. Thank you all from my side. Thank you so much for patience listening. Rushika madam, there is one more question from some person. Let me read that question. Yeah, okay, already you have given the answer. Let me share the feedback link. You people please provide the feedback, because feedbacks are, I can say, necessary for what I can say, our requirement, as well as for our upliftment also. Resharing the feedback link. Please give the feedback. It's a request from my side. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Rushika madam, for the wonderful session and informative session.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kalpesh sir.